A top-tier thief tied 18 buoyancy balls to a sunken ship, successfully brought the century-old wreck back to the surface. But once they got inside the ship, they ignored all the gold and jewels around, and went straight to the captain's quarters. They took an old wooden box from the room. Inside was a worn-out oil painting. That painting was their true target in this heist. But just as they were celebrating, a mysterious helicopter suddenly appeared in the sky. Several heavily armed men descended from it. As the two were about to leave, they ran right into the armed men. The intruders demanded the painting. Faced with giving up their hard-earned prize, Jack surprisingly smiled and agreed. But the next second, he suddenly changed his mind. While they were arguing, a stray bullet hit one of the buoyancy balls. The floating ship immediately lost balance and began sinking back into the sea. They quickly took down the enemies and rushed toward their submarine. But a huge wave had already hit, throwing both of them back onto the ship. In the chaos, Lisa grabbed onto a metal door, but when she looked back, Jack's foot was tangled in a torn net, and he was being dragged deeper by the ship. In a moment of panic, Lisa dove underwater without thinking of her own safety, to help free Jack from the net. As the ship sank completely to the bottom, their teammates grew increasingly anxious. Fortunately, Lisa and Jack resurfaced safely with the painting. Their team quickly sent a boat to bring them back to shore. The $1 million antique painting was finally in the hands of the heist team, but none of them felt excited, because their real treasure hunt was only beginning. It turned out this Jesus portrait series had 6 paintings in total, each one hiding a mysterious symbol on its back. Legend says if you collect all 6 symbols, you can locate the mythical Fountain of Youth. Now they had the 6th and final piece. They could finally put all the symbols together, but after running complex calculations on a supercomputer, they still couldn't form a meaningful result from the symbols. Even after a whole day and night, they had no progress. Just as the team began to lose hope, Lisa's music-loving son suddenly had an idea. Maybe these symbols weren't letters at all, but were actually musical notes. He played a tune using the notes. David quickly searched it on the computer, and found it was an ancient melody, composed to honor the 7 wonders of the ancient world. They marked the wonders on a map, and their positions perfectly matched the symbols from the painting. The only place not covered by a symbol was the Great Pyramid of Giza. Everyone was thrilled, and they immediately boarded a plane, heading straight to the pyramid. All expenses were covered by a wealthy benefactor, who claimed to be terminally ill with cancer, so he spared no expense to find the Fountain of Youth. Using cutting-edge thermal imaging and 3D scanning, they discovered a massive hidden chamber beneath one pyramid. That chamber could very well hold the legendary fountain. The team started digging at the pyramid's base, and behind a stone wall, they uncovered a secret tunnel. They followed the dark passage downward, until they reached a huge underground room. Based on the clues on the wall, moving a massive boulder would